We're gonna lose Alan this episode? Be a weird time. I'm not invested in them in a relationship at all anymore. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with another episode of The Visions of Escaflowne. We are approaching the finale. We are recording episode 23 today, which means that we got 3 episodes left after that. But on the next time on, I think we saw Delandu coming back, and I assume he's just gonna fucking die this episode. My guy here has gotten to the very end by virtue of being defeated midway through and just not coming back. Well, anyway, we are here. We come with notes and a board, and as always, we start with the board. And with the board comes the board changelog, where I added a room connecting them to Fulkin and Van with a green line. Sorry, I think it's a room. I think it's actually pronounced rum. R-U-H-M. I added the red copper general of Zybok's 4 generals. I have no idea why I didn't add them the first time they showed up. It's an oversight on my part. I think at the time I was just exhausted with life in general. But excused myself by thinking, these guys aren't going to show up again. They're going to be one-episode things. Well, if you notice on the board, I put Fenelia's 4 generals on there, and they only existed for 1 episode. There's literally no excuse for it. I apologize. But this guy came back, so I've added him. And that's basically it. On to the notes. Today's card, Il Sol, aka the Sun. The debate in Astoria on how to handle Zybok had me thinking. Zybok used Astoria as a launching point to invade Freed. Then Zybok got what it wanted from Freed. So did they move most of their army out of Freed, or are they still there? If they are still there, wouldn't that make them in striking distance of Astoria again? Should Astoria decide to rise up anyway? Certainly, most distances would be within striking distance given Zybok's fleet of flying fortresses, but this would be that much closer. Alan must clearly still be under the spell of whatever it was that Fulkin did a few episodes back, as I can't imagine that creepy stuff he's saying is coming from the same guy that we knew from before that happened. Truth be told, I might still be influenced by the relationship board I made before and discovering that they are not only somewhat related, but how old he is. Again, no shame. It's just a weird conceit considering that her other love interests are 2 people her same age. And again, not for nothing, I'm still on Amino's side back on Earth, even though haven't seen him in forever. It's still an oddity to me that Fenelia is the land protected by dragons, but also we encourage people to go out and kill dragons. I guess it's not like they have any sort of deal with the dragons, as they don't seem to like intelligent creatures. I guess it'd be like having a kingdom surrounded by snakes and calling yourself the kingdom protected by snakes. It's putting a good twist on a horrible infestation problem that you have. My only interpretation of the general staring at the civilian scene is a comparison to what we saw Zybok was like before Dornkirk and where it is now. Before, the people of Zybok toiled and suffered against the people around them. It was a hell on earth. Now they are so elevated above everything that their citizens are like the Eloi from the Time Machine. Helpless idiots that don't know well enough not to just pick up a slug off the ground and eat it. I will say, though, that when we saw Van, Hitomi, and Alan escape from the Zybok capital previously, the people on the street didn't look as helpless as this kid. So I guess maybe this is just meant to represent the next generation. I think the people on the street looked older, and this looks like I don't know, I won't say new kid, but I think you guys know what I mean. Dornkirk must have seen that Vulcan was vital to his plans through the prognostication engine and been ready to scoop him up. Because I can't imagine there being a lot of time between getting your arm cut off and bleeding out without immediate assistance. And my last note here, the element that has been addressed is that Dornkirk said that Vulcan's plan is still working, meaning the question has to be asked if he was actually emotional about the death of those two girls, or if he is manipulating everyone towards the ultimate goal. Things seem like he is actually turning on Dornkirk, but the fact that they focused on why his wings had suddenly turned black has me questioning if he or Dornkirk has done something to further the plan past this, whatever this is. Like the possibility that maybe he's enhanced or even manipulated himself somehow in the various ways that we know Zybok soldiers can do so. I don't know. That said, though, those are my notes, so nothing left to do here but to hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I will say, because I comment about the opening often, and I think I comment on most openings all the time, but when it comes to music, style, genre, etc., I think you can't help but look at the different eras that the anime came out in. Because certainly, I would put this in a, oh god, it's not coming to my head. Let's just see here. Let me look at my show tracker chart that I came up with, and apparently I haven't added Escaflowne to it yet. I was going to guess that this came out in 2005, apparently. Sorry, I was going to guess that this came out the same year that Oh My Goddess, maybe 2000. Oh My Goddess, the movie, came out in 2000. And this very much has that same feel to the Oh My Goddess opening music that I'm thinking of. Just without the one chorus beat that really makes the Oh My Goddess theme song spectacular. Because I was going to compare it to that, and I thought that both of these shows came out in the same era. I don't think I would be, faulted for having said that. I mean, it's a resource you could use. I mean, he has insight into the Zybok warplane. Earth? And Laterra, is that Earth? Meaning ground, not like the planet. I guess maybe it answers the question. He really did turn on them. Oh yeah, I guess he'd also have insight into the technology and whatnot. Oh, that didn't sound so much like working. That sounded like people that were suffering.
城の避難所だけじゃ気が済まないのか？
だって町がめちゃくちゃになっちゃったの。私にも責任があるし。だったら一人で来れば？別にあんたは呼んでないよ。
Merle, always a bitch. I just don't really know why Mole Man actually came on this whole journey, other than the element of being able to steal from everybody.
苦難に遭われた皆さんを少しでも勇気づけられるならば。
お知らせに十分に食料あるぞ。
手伝いに行こうか。私も。ありがとう。私にも。
こうしてる間にも
From behind, it looked like he was missing an arm. I was like, he didn't lose an arm in that fight.
あんたいつ
Fight,
も
the attack.
戦のことばっかりだな。戦わなくてはやられるのを待つだけだ。
戦人ってやつは他に考え方はねえのかよ。
ザイバッハはガイアを滅ぼす。ファーネリアと同じように。
Again, we still haven't gotten to the vision of the moon being destroyed, and Hitomi has told nobody.
メ
I mean,
溶け込んじゃって。
メルルにはわかるんだ。あの子供たちはみんな家族を失ってる。メルルも同じなんだ。
as per that one flashback we had with the other two cat girls.
戦は
バン、子供の頃何して遊んだ？ポルケンさんと。
関係ないだろう。
ごめん。
瞳、何をしている？なぜここに？
だってみんな働いてるのに私だけ何もしないわけには。
城から出るなんて。君は自分がガイアにとってどれだけ重要な人間なのか分かっていない。
This is why she got into a fight with Vaughn the last time.
バンとファーネリアへ行った時も。
あれはアレンさんには関係ないことだと思います。
隠し事はなしにしないか。
私
Again, I think this is an element of the mind control. Not the mind control, the thing that Falcon did. It's very surprising.
一人でお城へ帰ります。
瞳、
It's very surprising that Falcon hasn't brought up that he did this thing.
どうしちゃったんだろう私。なんかイラついちゃってアレンさんにあんなこと言って。
Oh, he's acting like a fucking jerk? Yeah, again, it's the element that Falcon's helping them, but he's not telling them what he did. I also thought the music was going to be diegetic, that somebody in the show was going to be singing it. Well, yeah, they have TV and air conditioning and cars.
きっかけになればいいと思っただけなのに。
変わらないな、バーンは。
どうしてうまく伝わらないのかな。
君は怖くは
I think he might be actually tricking them.
私は幸運強化兵を使い、君を奪おうとした男だ。
Because he also knows that Hitomi and Vaughn getting together would mess up Dornkirk completely. Oh, never mind. He wants to use that power. He wants to use that power so he can't have them get together.
アストリアへの亡命も何か企みがあった
Which is also why he wouldn't tell them of the Alan thing either.
私が信じてるって思いは届くはずだもの。うまく伝わらないかもしれないけど。
それが君の力か。
Now, is Van understanding, or is Van getting more jealous?
エグザルディア軍トリブル号到着
Is this another country? Or is that the name of the ship?
明朝リプラの国に到着の予定ですデイダラス軍にチュザリオ軍バスラムもこりゃガイア始まって以来の大戦になるな
A country named Daedalus. That doesn't bode well. Also, every country just has one airship.
どうしたんですか
Really showing the Zybok area,
夜明けとともに私と
the power they have over the air.
その前に君に聞いてもらいたいことがある。フレイド公国の指導王子はミラーナ姫の姉君マレーネ姫と私が道
Yeah, we already know.
身を任せた証。指導王子は私とマレーネ姫の
アレンさん
I legit thought every character in the show already knew too.
私の心が許さなかった。今は君を愛しているから。すべてを知った上で、それでも君は私を愛してくれるだろうか。
Again, I think you're just ensorcelled.
同じ空の、同じ月の光の下で。
ここはどこだ？
冬要塞ディレイトであります
ディレイト。
Who are
シスター
you?
はどこだ？
死にました
Dead.
ガーティはどこだ？
Dead.
死にました
ダレットは？
Dead.
死にました
ビオレは？
Dead.
死にました
死んだ？死んだ？あ？お前は誰だ？
ジャジュカでございます
That's what I said. Jajuka.
ディランドゥ様の兵でありますたった一人の
一人。うわー！うわー！
Yeah, I guess Delandu never had, like, luck optimization or whatever it's called. Even though it kind of seemed like they were inferring that he did.
僕の新しいガイメルフの用意はできてるかい？
はっ
久しぶりだよ、戦は。楽しみだね。
So is that how we're having my boy go down? We're giving him an improved Gaimel elf so that he can fight on equivalent terms, and then his own shit is gonna bring him down.
あれ瞳のことだ俺には関係ない昨日瞳に結婚を申し込んだ
She said no, right?
返事は帰ってからだがな瞳といると不思議に心が休まる
Because you're being influenced.
あいつを
彼女は誰にも私はしない。私の命に変えても。
指導王子がアレンさんの瞳私もう地球へは帰れないのかな瞳どうこれ姫様そんなことなされてはあら洗濯ぐらいでドライデンは文句は言わないわね瞳ええまあミラーナさん何ちょっと相談があるんですけど聞いてもらえますまあ瞳が相談なんて何かしらこれ私の友達の話なん
Oh,
ですけ
sure.
ど
Ask Melina, the one who was in love with Alan,
付き合ってる男の人がいるんだけど
about marrying
実は
Alan.
その人プレイボーイでその上隠し子までいたことが分かっちゃって
Isn't that what she asked? Yeah, I would say.
その人プレイボーイで隠し子まで
I
いた
was
こと
just
が
about to refer back to this very scene.
知ってたんですか 知っちゃったのね、瞳も。人って生きてるといろいろあるものね。出会う前にどんなことがあってもそれはしょうがないことよね。
ミラーナさん、今でも。
おーし、見えてきたぜ。ランパントだ。キヨ、お上品に着陸しろよ。俺たちはアストリアの代表なんだから。
So Rampant is the name of the fortress or the country? In one fortress, take out all of the armies? This is dumb. The fact is that that fortress could have remained cloaked, and then all of these guys could have landed cloaked. They could have destroyed this place without anybody ever knowing. Of course, it had to be fire. Like he did in Astoria. I don't know. Another risk move. There's the element that Vaughn's really good. There's also the element that when the Escaflowne gets damaged, he feels it. We're gonna lose Alan this episode? Be a weird time. I'm not invested in them in a relationship at all anymore. It would be a loss of a great character, but the emotionality of it would just be a little bit lacking. To be fair, you should die from being chopped in half before you drown. Again, my dude's just gonna fucking die here. If only you could make those things just like a twist, bend around a sword. And if it can't block a flamethrower. Badass landing, I'll give him that. One arm behind the back, sword in front. Oh no, it's a bunch of nobodies. Almost looks like the fight in front of the tower that we saw in Season 1, Episode 1. I don't think Chichoku's getting out of this either.
ドキしてきたよ。しまった。
So I'm saying he can't even scratch the Escaflowne, otherwise Vaughn would, you know, crumble. What, Vaughn and Hitomi's feelings coming back together again? It's Chichuka? Oh, wait. Just fucking teleport people now? I was gonna say, was the guy we saw back in the gardens in Zybok, was that Delandu? Did I just now recognize that it was fucking Delandu? Because that would mean Chichuka was the guy who was there. So I was gonna say Chichuka looked a lot like that Beastman.
どうしてなぜみんな戦うの？もういや、何も見えない。
I guess I just completely didn't understand that that was Delandu back then.
同盟軍との本会議はこのパラスで。
そうだな。ザイバッハの奴らは本気で来る。こっちも準備を急がなければ。
Also, if this was the largest gathering of all the militaries of Gaia, and Zybok destroyed them with one fortress.
何を言ってる？みんなをお前を守るための戦いじゃないか。
私見えたの。バーンは戦いを楽しんでる。そうまでして私守ってもらいたくなんかない。戦いなんて嫌。こんな世界もう嫌。
ひとみ。
Did Delandu just teleport to Earth? It's the only time we've ever seen those teleporters go anywhere. Now they teleport randomly to other places. Also, Delandu couldn't do anything on Earth. Modern weaponry would destroy a Gaimalef. Hey, the tree we see in the ending credits all the time. Did we just rewind time? Okay, I'm assuming what's going on here. There is the element that Hitomi seems to have some connection to the Atlantean machine, which still seems to be working, right? I guess technically she could do anything with it, right? So either she has gone to an alternative reality of Earth where none of this has happened, and we're going to go into like a dreamscape next episode, or she's rewound time and gone back to the moment before anything happened. In which case, what? Like, the next 3 episodes going to be not having those relationships with any of the characters anymore, and then Hitomi just telling everybody what happens, and then they go win? Nah, that can't be the case. It has to be that this is something we can instantly reverse when everybody comes back after them.
Escaflowne.
セレナ。
人のこと好きなんでしょ。呼んでる。
Wait, what? I think Delandu just said something very important, so I am just gonna double check that board real quick. Yeah, Alan's little sister's name was Selena. Two things I think are happening here. One, Delandu met and married Selena, and that was a thing. Or the one I'm more afraid of, not because I'm not trying to say any political messages or anything, that Delandu is Selena. Either Alan has a misremembering of who Selena really is, or the sorceress did something to Selena and Selena became Delandu. I'm looking at Selena's face on the board, and I could see a Delandu in that. And just the element that it would be really weird if we went like the whole friggin' show without the Selena disappearance thing being explained. But then again, I think there's probably just a bunch of threads that would be already still hanging that I just haven't thought about. I mean, technically there'd be lesser threads, like was it Rum said in like the second episode that his people used to go to Earth all the time, and that's I think I said where werewolves come from in Legend. Technically, nothing ever comes from that. That would be a hanging thread, but that's like not important to the story. I think Alan's motivation from Selena going missing is obviously important to the story. That is quite a twist. That's quite a twist that we've turned here. Very interesting. Very weird that it happens here at the very end. Not, we're not at the very end, but like the last 3 episodes left and we have this to go through. But then again, how are you going to fight Dornkirk directly? He's a man in basically a giant tank body. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. It doesn't bode well. What I was saying before, that was the assembled armies of Gaia, or at least representatives of every army of Gaia, and they got taken out by one fortress, doing a very shit job at stealth, by the way. Like I said, they didn't have to decloak. It could have stayed cloak, and all the Zybok Gaimel elves could have descended from it cloaked, and just like got into good positions and flamethrowered everything. Nobody would have known. They would have just wandered up onto this place, and everyone would have been dead. Well, I mean, a lot happened here, but again, I think this is going to be mostly a thing for the notes section next time, because the element that I just completely did not recognize that kid was Delandu, and I made my own whole reading into it. We'll just come back next time with notes, and then I'll apologize for that complete misreading on that being Delandu, and I'm not going to apologize for the animal guy. Would never have known who that guy was. It was his first appearance there, and then second appearance here. Anyway, I've been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?